I spent weeks researching the fastest learners in the world, from memory champions to top students, and I discovered a study system so effective that it almost feels illegal. Today, I'm breaking it down into simple steps anyone can use. In this video, I'm going to break down that exact system step by step. By the end, you'll know how to study smarter. If you're serious about getting better grades while spending less time studying, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week I share practical, science-backed strategies to help you learn faster and perform at your best. Now, let's get started. What if I told you there's one study technique that can completely change how you learn, not by studying longer, but by making every minute count? The strange part is, most students never discover it because it feels harder than simply rereading notes. And that's exactly why it works. Think about the last time you studied for hours. You highlighted pages, read the same chapter again, maybe even watched the lecture twice. Everything felt familiar. But then the exam started, and suddenly, the answers disappeared. Here's the secret. Your brain doesn't learn best when information goes in. It learns best when information comes out. This is called active recall. Instead of staring at your notes, close the book and force yourself to remember. Ask yourself. If you can't, that's not a problem. That's the moment your brain starts building stronger memories. Think of your memory like a path through a forest. If you only look at the path, nothing changes. But every time you walk it yourself, it becomes clearer, wider, and easier to find. That's exactly what active recall does. Read one page. Close the book. Write down everything you remember. Teach it out loud. Then check what you missed and repeat. It feels more difficult than rereading, but that difficulty is what makes it powerful. The next time you catch yourself reading the same page for the fourth time, stop. Close the book. Test your brain instead. Because learning doesn't happen when you see the answer. It happens when you can produce it. That's the real secret behind remembering more in less time. No phone. No notifications. No multitasking. Just one goal. One subject. One mission. Then, when the timer ends, stop. Take a 5 to 10 minute break. Stretch. Walk around. Drink some water. Let your brain recover. When you come back, you'll be able to concentrate almost as well as when you first started. The goal isn't to study until you're exhausted. The goal is to stop before your focus disappears. Because the students who learn the fastest aren't the ones who study the longest. They're the ones who protect their focus. Study with intensity. Rest with intention. Repeat. That's how you get more done in 3 focused hours than most people do in an entire day. What if I told you the reason you keep forgetting what you study isn't because you have a bad memory, it's because you're reviewing at the wrong time? Think about this. You spend 3 hours studying today. Tomorrow, you remember most of it. A week later, half of it is gone. A month later, it feels like you've never studied it at all. Most students think the solution is simple: I'll just study everything again. But that means you're restarting from zero every single time. Here's the smarter approach. Instead of cramming everything into one day, review it just before your brain is about to forget it. This technique is called spaced repetition. Imagine trying to keep a campfire burning. If you wait until the fire completely dies, you'll need to start all over again. What if I told you the biggest difference between average students and the top 1% isn't intelligence, it's what they choose to practice? Most students spend hours solving questions they're already good at because it feels productive. The top 1% do the exact opposite. Imagine 2 students preparing for the same exam. Student A solves questions because they're easy. Student B struggles through problems because that's where they're weak. Who improves more? Almost always, student B. Here's a secret top students understand: your strengths maintain your level. Your weaknesses determine your ceiling. The topics you avoid are usually the ones holding you back. Top students don't ask, "What can I finish quickly?" They ask, "What's making me uncomfortable?" Because discomfort is often where learning happens. Another secret? They keep a mistake list. After every test or practice session, they write down what they got wrong, why they got it wrong, how they'll avoid the same mistake next time. Instead of pretending mistakes didn't happen, they turn every mistake into a lesson. One more thing the top 1% do: they don't stop studying when they get an answer right. They ask, "Could I solve this faster? Could I explain it to someone else? Could I solve a harder version?" That's how they keep improving while everyone else plateaus. Before you scroll, ask yourself one question: what if the only thing holding you back is the way you're studying? If you want to learn the strategies used by top-performing students, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.